Have you ever had the feeling that the universe is trying to send you a message, but you just can't figure it out? What if I told you that those coincidences that seem so random are actually clear signs of something much bigger? The curious thing is, most people ignore these hidden messages, and because of that, many opportunities for growth, transformation, and even spiritual awakening are lost. Incredible, isn't it? In this video, I'm going to show you 6 types of synchronicities that aren't coincidences, but true guides from the universe that can completely transform your life if you know how to recognize and act on them. So if you want to learn how to decode these messages and understand how they can change your reality, stick around until the end. You won't want to miss this. Picture yourself in this situation. You're searching for something crucial to your life, something that seems out of reach, and suddenly, the universe delivers it into your hands in a surprising way. That's exactly what happened to Anthony Hopkins. At the time, he was preparing to play an important role and desperately needed a book to dive deeper into the character. The fascinating detail? That book was lost and seemed impossible to find. Now, imagine his amazement when, while taking the subway, he found the very book casually left on a seat. The most incredible part? That copy belonged to the book's author. Coincidence or something more? These events make us question, could there be a greater force guiding these moments? Hopkins could have taken any train, but for some reason, he got on that one. At the exact moment, the book was there, waiting for him. This raises an intriguing question. How deeply are we invisibly connected to the universe without even realizing it? Anthony Hopkins, a renowned actor, seems to have been guided by something beyond what we call chance. This type of event opens a window to a deeper reflection on the synchronicities happening around us. It's curious how these coincidences appear at the most unlikely times. Often, we're so focused on our daily worries that we don't notice when the universe is sending us signs. And what happened to Hopkins is just one example. That book could have gone unnoticed by someone else, but somehow it was there, ready to be found. Is there some kind of invisible network connecting us to everything we need, if only we're paying attention? These events, which defy what we understand as normal, invite us to pay attention to the details and the opportunities that appear unexpectedly. Hopkins' encounter with the book reminds us that the universe might be communicating with us in ways we don't fully understand. These moments are a subtle way of revealing that there's much more at play than simple coincidences. This brings us to an interesting point. Could these events actually be synchronicities, a kind of alignment between our consciousness and the universal flow? This question leads us to the next point, where we'll explore the true nature of these meaningful coincidences between what we think and what happens around us. Jung believed that certain events couldn't be explained by the laws of causality, but by something much more enigmatic, like a kind of collaboration between our consciousness and the universe. Isn't it curious to think that what we believe is a simple coincidence might actually be a message from the cosmos? Synchronicity, therefore, goes far beyond what the eyes can see. It's like a silent signal, a whisper from the universe, showing us that we are in tune with something greater. When you experience something that seems too good to be true, it could be the universe aligning its vibrations with what you are manifesting. And of course, this leads us to reflect. How much are our intentions, thoughts, and emotions shaping our reality in ways we don't even notice. When Jung talked about synchronicity, he was inviting us to look beyond the surface and recognize the interconnectedness between the inner world and the outer world. And if we stop to think, it's as if the universe is always sending us signs, little reminders that we are not alone on our journey. Who hasn't experienced what seemed to be the perfect coincidence? Whether it's meeting someone at just the right moment or receiving unexpected news when you needed it most, these events suggest that there's an invisible web connecting us all. Jung called this an acausal phenomenon, meaning without an obvious cause, but full of purpose. It's as if the universe is directly responding to our energy, guiding us to what really matters. When we understand the concept of synchronicity, we become more aware and receptive to the messages the universe sends us. These signs may seem subtle at first, but over time, you start to notice patterns. It could be a song playing at the right moment, or a phrase popping up in a conversation, echoing exactly what you were thinking. It's as if the universe is saying, "Hey, I'm listening to you." And that brings us to the next point, where we'll explore the different types of synchronicity and how they manifest in our lives in surprising ways. Connection synchronicity occurs when we meet people or find ourselves in situations that seem to fit perfectly into our lives, as if there were a predestined link. You know that moment when you meet someone by chance, but the connection is so deep that it feels like this person has a crucial role to play in your path. These coincidences have an inexplicable force, as if the universe is weaving the invisible threads of your relationships, bringing encounters that, at first glance, may seem random, but deep down, carry a greater purpose. Confirmation. Synchronicity is like a sign from the universe telling you that you're on the right track. How many times have you found yourself thinking about an important decision, and soon after, you saw or heard something that seemed to completely validate your thought? These moments of confirmation act as a spiritual compass, guiding you toward your true path. When you're aligned with the flow of the universe, these synchronicities appear to reinforce that your choices are in tune with your personal and spiritual growth. Prophetic synchronicity, on the other hand, shows up like a kind of omen, often through dreams or symbolic visions. It brings mysterious messages, foreseeing important events or significant changes in your life. You know when you have a dream that feels more real than reality itself, and suddenly something very similar happens. These signs, though subtle, can serve as warnings or guidance, helping you be prepared for what's to come. Manifestation. Synchronicity is directly tied to the power of Yo. When you are in tune with the quantum field, your ideas and desires start shaping your reality in an almost magical way. Have you ever noticed that when you focus intensely on something you want, the circumstances around you begin to align in an almost perfect way? This happens because your energetic vibrations are attracting exactly what you want to manifest, proving that our reality is an extension of our consciousness. Opportunity synchronicity happens during the most crucial moments in life, when you come across new options or solutions that appear unexpectedly, offering new paths to follow. It might be that phone call you get just when you were considering a career change, or that chance that appears when you least expect it. These events are like gifts from the universe, guiding you toward opportunities that could transform your future, provided you're open to recognizing them and taking action. The fifth synchronicity is warning synchronicity. which arises before decisive moments, offering a kind of warning or guidance to avoid making the wrong choices. You know that gut feeling you get before making an important decision, like something is telling you to rethink the situation? Or maybe it's a small event that stops you from going down a dangerous path. These warnings are like the universe trying to protect you from decisions that could lead to negative outcomes, and paying attention to these signals could be the deciding factor in avoiding bigger problems. Being mindful of synchronicities in our lives is like opening a door to the flow of the universe. When you recognize these signs and patterns, life seems to align more smoothly. Think about how it would be if, instead of ignoring these moments of coincidence, you started using them as guides in your decisions. Synchronicity not only shows us the way, but also helps us make important decisions with more confidence. After all, if the universe is sending us these messages, why not listen to them and act accordingly? It's as if each sign is a map that guides us, pointing to where our energy should go. In this dynamic, every seemingly disconnected event reveals an important piece of a cosmic puzzle that can only be completed when we pay attention to the details. To apply this idea practically, just start paying attention to what's happening around you. Small events can carry big messages. If you repeatedly notice something showing up in your life, like a word, a person, or even a situation, ask yourself, what is the universe trying to tell me with this? Being attentive is the first step in tuning into the universal flow. And when you align, everything starts to fall into place, like pieces of a cosmic puzzle you didn't even know you were putting together. By letting go of skepticism and embracing intuition, you start living in a state of synchronicity where coincidences turn into clear and precise signs. Besides paying attention, it's also important to act on these signs. If life is pointing you toward a certain decision, why hesitate? Trust that there is a higher intelligence guiding the process. If you've ever experienced moments of doubt where you weren't sure which direction to go, think about how synchronicities can help bring clarity. They are a reflection of a reality far beyond what our eyes can see, connecting us to the quantum field where all possibilities already exist. You just need to choose. It's as if the doors to new destinations are always open, and synchronicities are the wind pushing you in the right direction. The more you allow yourself to trust, the more these hidden forces work in your favor, directing your actions toward results that resonate with your soul's purpose. However, remember that the universe is constantly communicating with us, but it's up to us to decide whether we'll listen and follow its guidance. When we allow ourselves to trust these signs, we're actually connecting with our own essence. Synchronicity puts us in harmony with universal laws and ancient wisdom, guiding us toward a more aligned and meaningful life. These moments aren't just coincidences. They're keys that unlock greater truths about who we are and the journey we're on. And in this way, coincidences take on a new meaning, transforming into powerful guides that can lead us to a higher destiny. In summary, it's not just about recognizing the signs, but also about acting with confidence and courage. With every synchronicity we perceive, we are challenged to dive into the unknown, believing that the universe is supporting us every step of the way. When we respond to these calls, we begin to live more consciously, realizing that nothing happens by chance. Aligning with synchronicities makes every moment of life more meaningful, expanding our ability to create the reality we desire. If the universe is offering us these opportunities, why not embrace them and turn them into a driving force for our evolution. Now that you know about the hidden messages the universe sends, ask yourself, how many opportunities have passed unnoticed because you weren't paying attention? Synchronicities are more than just coincidences. They are guides that can open incredible doors for your personal and spiritual development. So, how will you apply this knowledge from now on? Why not start paying more attention to the little signs that appear in your day-to-day life? It could be that unexpected meeting, a book that appears at the right moment, or even a phrase you hear that deeply resonates. All of this is the universe trying to guide you. Also, remember that the more you pay attention to these signs, the more you'll notice how interconnected everything is. Synchronicities aren't random. They're like breadcrumbs leading you toward your true path. Each time you recognize and follow one of these signs, you're strengthening your connection with the universe and moving closer to a life of purpose and meaning. It's like building a muscle. The more you trust and act on these subtle nudges, the more frequently they'll appear, guiding you exactly where you need to be. Now, if you're truly committed to expanding your awareness and transforming your life, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep learning about these topics that can change your reality. Leave a like if this content made sense to you, and share in the comments how synchronicities have appeared in your life, whether in repeating numbers or something similar. And don't forget to watch the next video that will pop up on the screen. Thanks for being here, and see you next time.